Hello, everyone. Welcome to Portfolio Reviews with me. My name is Ruben Cespedes, and I'll be your host for today. Alrighty, I'm super excited to share some feedback with everyone, and make sure like you take this feedback to level up your design skills. Whether if you're starting right now or want to, go to the next step, this is definitely your space right now. I just want to do a big shout out to everyone on the chat who's joining us today. Feel free to say hi. Also, drop your questions and share on designers we are reviewing today. But before we start, jumping into portfolios, I want to share with you this amazing resource from Behance, and it's career guides. Career guides, it's a totally free resource, and it's packed with amazing tips that will help you definitely learn, grow, and thrive as a creative designer. You can learn from, soft skills, from freelance for beginners, how to build a case study, which is very important since we're talking about portfolios today. Also portfolio reviews, which we're doing right now. And it's packed with so many different resources. You got to check it out. Just visit behance.net/resource/guides. Make sure you bookmark this, because this is just amazing. All right, let's get into our first portfolio. And first we have Trey. Trey, as I can see right now, is a graphic designer. And let's just take a look around and see what is this about. All right, so we have a grid, 3-column layout, which is cool. One of the things that I can tell you right now is that I love that Trey has different type of projects, not only just graphic design, but also I see some logos, I see some social media posts, which is amazing. All right, so let's take a look at one of these, portfolio pieces, and just, kind of like see what is this about. All right, so we have a logo here, kind of like a emblem type of thing. Today's landscape, let's see, human and AI technology, fusion of a torch and a shield. Okay. So he's talking, I like that he's talking a little bit about, the project, which is very, very important when it comes to portfolio. The logo was derived from a prompt, and then he refined it. Okay, I get it. All right, so he's using the power of AI, and then from there he jumped into Illustrator probably and just like started creating a better composition. When it comes to tools, it's very like he's saying that he used or it was used AI in this case. I would probably share what exactly tools do you use for doing this. Also, another tip that I can give Trey is like show a little more. This is great to start, but you can show your process, which is very, very important when it comes to portfolios. People just want to see how do you come out about these design decisions? How do you come up with these colors? What was the reason behind that color? What was the reason behind making it this way? This will help understand recruiters and anyone who's taking a look at your portfolio. Another thing I can appreciate about Trey's portfolio is that as soon as you're done with your first piece, you have other pieces below. So you don't have to go back, but you can see other projects right away. And this is amazing. I love this. So far so good. All right, there's some comments on the chat. We have social estilettos. We have Anastasia. We have Creepy. We have Cody Bear. We have Francisco. We have Sadid. Hello, guys. Thank you again for joining us today. So let's take another look at Trey's portfolio. This one looks pretty interesting. So, alrighty. So it looks like this is a social media campaign. Definitely high school football. Love the color selection here. Love the texture. Really nice, very cohesive. One tip I can give you right now, as I can see this, I love these titles because it creates hierarchy, but I would probably break this apart and make this white, so that way it breaks it from, column and then torn paper. And you talk a little bit about that, which is cool. Color palette, make this white maybe, and then continue with your accent color, which is orange, which is pretty good. It looks like you're carrying that through your design for consistency, which is good. Another tip I can give you, Trey, is to play with white space. Right here we have, this is the big title. This is your H1, but it's very close to the navigation and also very close to this. Play with space and make things flow a little bit better, like you have here in your text. Pretty readable text, which is pretty good. Make sure you have enough contrast. Of course, you got to test that out. But so far, so good. This is an amazing case study. You talking about the decisions for textures, for colors. This is great. And then the look and feel is cohesive for this whole campaign, which is awesome. Weekly graphics, and then consistency, and then tools in here. I would recommend, if this is a full case study, to showcase a little bit of what was your role, what was your involvement. Did you work with a team? Maybe it was only you. Maybe the duration of this project. There are so many different things that you can add into, Whoops. Give me 1 second, and I think we need to. There you go. All right. Give me 1 second. We're having some issues presenting, but I'm not seeing the actual portfolio. So let's get back again in here to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Oops. Alrighty. So we got this one. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. It looks like. Give me 1 second. Looks like we're not sharing Trey's portfolio for some reason. It's not showing up. It's not letting me. So I'm gonna do it on the fly here and just see if I can do this right now. There you go. Bear with me, guys. There were some issues with presenting this. Alrighty. Apologize for that. I'm just gonna bring this back on. Everything was working fine, but I don't know what happened. This is what happened when you go live. There you go. Perfect. As I was saying, all right, this is Trey's portfolio. We started talking about, I think we're good. Let me know, guys, in the chat if we're good. Apologize again for that. We're talking about Trey's portfolio, and this is specifically a social media campaign that he worked on. As I was saying, he was using, really cohesive colors throughout his entire portfolio. But also I was saying that you can definitely, some tips I can give is to make this maybe white, a different color, so you can break that apart. I love that he's using space here. It's really spaced out, which is good for readability. Again, I was also providing some context of maybe adding some space from the, your H1 tag, and provide some space between your navigation and your next content, which is good. Then again, we were talking about the cohesiveness of this campaign, which I love. I love that he's providing context of why, he, talking about texture, talking about colors. This is great stuff for sure. And then lastly, I was saying that, provide more context of like, what was your involvement with this project? Were you the only designer? Were you working with the team? Also, provide duration, how long it took you to create this whole campaign. That's kind of cool too. Definitely worth watching. I'm going to click in here, WTF, just to see what this is about. Okay, so it looks like this is the about page. Definitely interesting. I would suggest to use, just about me or about, just so that way it's a very easy navigation. I was looking for that at the beginning of it when I first saw your portfolio, and I was looking for, about, Trey. I want to know who's this designer, and I would definitely change that. Maybe there's a reason behind it. I don't know, but I will definitely do that. I'll bring this image. I'll do a 2-column layout, and I'll make this image bigger, and then use the right space to write about you. And then if there's anything else that you want to share, of course, you can put it like on a different section down here. I love that he's sharing his socials here, that you can contact him right away. I would definitely add in a contact button and then connect that to the contact here at the top. My guess is that there's a form. There you go. There is a form here. He has his socials again here in case you need it. And one thing that I really like about Trey's portfolio is that he's bringing that orange accent throughout his entire portfolio for consistency. This is great stuff. So I definitely think Trey has a great portfolio. So let's jump into another portfolio. All right, so this is Tenia Dennis. Really lovely image in the background. I can see right away who Tenia is. This is awesome. Then in here we have some collage. We have a little bit about Tenia. My name is Tenia, passionate about storytelling and creative thinker, love connecting with people, crafting. I would probably use a left line maybe here and put a title maybe in here on the left, and just left align this so that way it kind of like reads a little bit better, and there's not like these gaps between, when you're centering text. Centering text is a little tricky. I would definitely recommend to left align that and put a title there, about me or something like that, to let them know who you are. All right, so then we go into what I would guess are some more Tenia's work. Videos, okay. Then we jump into some parallax effect here, which is kind of nice. Some movement happening. Marshall's health arena, despite the creative endeavors. This is kind of like one of her endeavors, Tenia's endeavors. And took a long time, and it came out really nice. I definitely see all the work, which is pretty cool. I would definitely add more context to this. What was the reason behind you going into this, into this take? Why do you want to check this out or create this project? Or is it just a fun project for you to experiment? Or is it for a client? Or is it just for your portfolio? I would definitely provide more context of this, and probably share maybe different angles maybe, or more close up for these pieces if you really like this project a lot. Oh, there you go. My involvement. There you go. You see, you have this left align with the title. Same thing if you want to have a cohesive portfolio. Just bring the same, layout to this section right here, and you'll be good to go. Another thing is like if these are portfolio, I would if these are portfolio pieces, I would definitely add in a title here and maybe have some, a little bit of context of what this is. Maybe I would bring some text here with a little heading and a little bit of like, what was your involvement or what this is about. So you give them a little bit of like, hey, did I work on this particular video? Same for this one. Maybe you can go text here on the right, but then this one will be on the left. Of course, you will have to adjust your left and right. But yeah, provide some context of what this is. So they read it first, and then if they're interested in, they can click on it and see what you have done. It looks like you are a videographer and a storyteller. So you should probably mention that in here so they know right away what is it that you do, what drives you. So this is a great piece of portfolio. Different, this is what I'm talking about. When a portfolio is not just about sharing, sharing your skills, but also sharing the things that you're interested about and also who you are as a designer. Not just, sharing just skills and everything. Recruiters and designers and companies, they want to see who you are as a person as well. Here it's a little bit about Tenia, a little about her involvement, and this is pretty cool. And then in here we have some graphics. What exactly does Tenia does on her time? Making an ambition to travel and have fun. Yeah, stuff like this is definitely a must in your portfolio. So she did an amazing job of doing that. So it's getting to know the person behind all these amazing graphics. And then where can you reach me? Very important, contact info, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. I would probably recommend to add in a contact page maybe, or an email. They can contact you right away if they need your services, or they want to reach out to you because they want to, work with you. That's totally valid. All right, this is again another amazing portfolio by Tenia. Amazing job. Let's jump into another portfolio. Let's see, what are you guys saying on the chat? As we wait, what is the one brand you would love to work with? Ooh, what is one brand I would love to work with? Ooh, if I have to pick one, I have to probably Nike. Maybe I would love to do something with a Nike, whether it's like an app feature or a mobile app or something related to the digital world, because I'm in the digital world. But I will do that. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments right here. We have Bree saying that they would love to work with Adobe. You can definitely do that, pursue that. We're here for you. All right, let's take another look at another portfolio. All right, this is Tevin. Tevin creates fine websites. All right, very bold statement. I love that. Very straightforward. Love the hierarchy here, on Tevin. Oh, look at this too. It's kind of like crossed out as an active state on your, since we are on the homepage. You can scroll down. You have your contact me. You have full case studies. Okay. We have his contact information here, which is awesome. But I want to click on case studies right away. I love how clean this looks. Love it. Very straightforward, very okay, we got 2 case studies. That's another thing, guys. If you are selecting your projects, make sure you select the best ones first. And then if you have something extra, then of course you can share that in another link or something like that. But a good rule of thumb is to have between 3 to 5 case studies, well-documented case studies. Right now, I think Tevin has 2 case studies for now. And we're gonna take a look at one of them right now, which is this one, the snack ordering app. So click on it. Show house seamless snack ordering app for mobile movie theater. Alrighty, so first, I love this hierarchy of the text, really good, and then a big, show off of what he built, which is awesome. Nice. I love this. I really enjoy this because as a product designer that I am, I wanted to know, like, what's the product? What was your role? That's what we were talking about before. The skills, the things that you did, and also the timeline. How long did it take you to create this masterpiece? This is great information. Introduction, we have some animation in there, which is nice. I love movement. Meet Andre, a hardworking immigrant with packed schedule. Okay, so we are going into personas and storytelling. So Tevin just created like a little bit of storytelling here, starting with a persona to probably see the problem and then provide you with the solution. That's what I'm, imagining right now. Which ordering a snack easier. I could really enjoy the popcorn right now. All right, so that's the big problem, but enjoying the movie. And that's how he introduces. This is what I'm talking about, storytelling. He started with a persona and, has a problem, and then there's the solution, which is the Show House mobile app, which is awesome. Then when you go into, showcasing some of this amazing application. Wireframes, this is great. This is the starting of an idea. This is great stuff to show, of course. He's showing some prototypes here, which is amazing, which is great. It's showing kind of like your process, which is pretty good. We have some color changes and stuff, which is nice because it breaks everything. Refining the design, of course. This is really, really awesome, guys. This is a great portfolio piece, a great case study. All right, so we have before and after. It makes the user interact with it. I think this is really good. Definitely worth watching. He went from here to this, a more cleaner look, which I appreciate. I think you killed it here. You did an amazing job here, Tevin, for sure. Yeah, I definitely love that. Let's jump into another portfolio because we have a couple of more minutes before we wrap this up, but definitely a great portfolio. This is your design process. Okay. What is design thinking? Okay, I see what he's doing right here, but I would definitely, a piece of advice is to talk a little more about your design process and your thinking. This is you have the real estate to talk about yourself. Probably change this image maybe for something that you are creating with your hands, maybe drawing or something like that, and talk about that in here on the right. Also here, you talk a little bit of your approach. That's great. Continue to do that. Maybe this should be in here, center. Love the pineapple in the back. That's really cool. And then the design thinking, this is great stuff, but it's not about you teaching them about design thinking. It's about you. It's about your process. So make sure I would recommend to use this page to showcase all the things that you do when you're creating a project. What approaches do you take? I know that in the case studies you probably talk a little more about that, but just like for overall view, if somebody's looking to your portfolio, they want to see how you think. So this is a great space for you to do that. All right. Let's take a quick look at the last one, maybe, because the time is on top of us, but sorry if I mispronounced your name, Jonar Thanen. Let's say Jonar for now, Jonar. You have a really clean portfolio, which is nice. About me, perfect. You have some selected works, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. I really like this. All right. We have some parallax and scrolling. which is really nice. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see the About Me page. Oh, okay, so we have it right here. He's a UX designer with a background in computer science, that's really good. I would probably, if I have to give you some advice, just to the content, just bring that in a little more to be more centered and more cohesive. Not saying that you should center everything, but it feels like it's way too wide. And you can maybe bring that in so it's more cohesive and it's easier for you to navigate and understand. When we talk about portfolios, guys, we wanted to show, what's your best work first. Of course, you got to provide context of what you're building. You got to show results. If you have some results, your portfolio should be clean, and everything else. It should be balanced, and also it should have that personal touch that we all have. And I think throughout all these four portfolios we reviewed today, there are some personalities in there, which is awesome. And there's definitely room to improve. That's for sure. And then we have another one, but I wish I could have more time to discuss with you guys, but this is looking really great. But before we jump, to closing this up, I just want to say thank you to everyone who joined us today in the chat. Sorry and apologize for at the beginning we were having some little difficulties, but I just want to thank you again for joining us today. I want to reiterate that you please go to behance.net/resources/guides so you can check out this Behance resource where you can level up your skills. Make sure you bookmark this page, and also if you want us to review your portfolio, make sure you click on the description below. There's a link there that you can submit your portfolio, and we are definitely going to review it with you. And I would love to see what you're doing. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.